We have the COVID tests. We have the kids that are now being brainwashed, not just brainwashed, being forced to go in their schools and in sort of, you know, any place where there's like kids together, they're making them do dances and songs about COVID testing. And it's about, let's go, 我们一起做核酸. So it means like let's go do our COVID test together.
Yeah.
Right? And
nucleic acid test.
Let's go.
It's like,
let's go do COVID
they're
test.
making it into songs now for the little kids. Like, let's go have a COVID test together. So we thought we'd show you a little bit of this this song.
You guys are going to love this song.
We're not going to torture you with the whole thing because with the little segment we're going to play for you just repeats anyway. There's nothing else to the song, so you're not missing out on anything.
Right.
Let's play it for you. Here we go. Get ready. It's going to be awesome.
I think you...
Yeah, you get the idea.
Really? Because I was about to say, I think they want to hear it again.
You want to hear that again?
I think it's really important that they understand this song.
What, the 做核酸?
Yeah. They need to know, because they need to go... Stop!
Okay.
I didn't see anything.
No. All right. So...
That means, like, let's do... I put subtitles up there. So... I want everyone to know this aesthetic. When there's a government initiative to do or promote something, they put out like these karaoke songs.
Yeah.
And it'll be the most lazy. Everyone almost sounds the same.
It's like that. Huawei.
Yeah, it's all the same vibe. Right?
Yeah, it is.
It's this bad, like almost Russian techno shit song.
Yeah.
For lack of better words. And then they put like whatever propaganda lyrics over it.
Yeah.
And they'll rush it out. They'll rush it out real quick. This is the one that they're making kids
They're
sing
using
right
that
now.
like sand art. You know that like sand art?
Yeah.
Where's that from?
I don't know, Tibet or something.
This from Tibet? The sand art?
I think sand. Let me see.
Yeah, where's the sand art? I don't want to say it's traditional Chinese if it's not. Because...
Where does sand art come from?
Yeah. What this like, you know, drawing in sand or whatever?
Sand painting, yeah.
Sand painting, yeah. Where's it from? Origins.
Where does sand painting come from? Dry sand painting. Dry painting exists in highly developed forms in the Navajo and Pueblo Indians.
Oh, yeah?
Native Americans, eh? Yeah, it's Native American.
What, this is Native American?
Yeah.
I suppose I had to get the idea from somewhere.
Well, it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter because what I was trying to say is that it actually looks kind of crap.
I think it's very impressive.
It's very impressive. Yeah. No, don't get me wrong. I think the fact that you can draw very like good pictures like this using sand is fantastic.
Right.
But I think if they could use a pen and like maybe paper and paint or something, they could actually make something look much nicer.
I mean,
whoever's doing this has got artistic talent. Use better tools.
I think it's unnecessary criticism here.
I'm just saying.
I think it's very impressive to do it, and it's different, right?
Yeah, but it's being used to like force children to take like nucleic acid tests.
That's the real point here.
Yeah, I think so.
Creepy propaganda is being drawn in sand art.
Yes, in sand art.
Everyone 做核酸, okay?
做核酸. Yeah, anyway.
Yes.
Sand painting, man.
I think that's unnecessary to criticize sand painting. I think it can look very cool.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you can think
I like
all you want.
Etch-a-Sketch.
Yeah, Etch-a-Sketch is great. Anyway, you want to see what a 做核酸 looks like, by the way?
Yeah, let's have a look.
This is why they have to prepare the kids. This is in Guangzhou, right?
Yeah, just shot, actually.
Okay.
Just have a look at this.
These are the people lining up to take the test. Okay, I'm going to actually pause it. You can see the da bai, as they call them.
The test right there.
Oh, hang on. Let me get a small. Yeah, this side. Can you see him? Can you see him there? Now, this nucleic acid COVID test, okay? I'm just going to call it a COVID test. We've decided to call it COVID test now.
Let's just say COVID test. Stop saying nucleic acid. Not you. I'm saying
in general. Yeah, let's just call it a COVID test. Now, the people that are lining up to get their COVID test, they have to, because to do anything in China right now, you need to have had a COVID test. Like if you want to go into work, you have to have a green health code and you have to have had a COVID test. If you want to go anywhere, you have to have a COVID test.
And you have an app, right?
Yeah.
And it has green, yellow, which is like warning you've been near an area, and then you have to
then
wait
you have to have a test
clear.
to get a green again.
And then there's red, which means that there's a case in that area.
Yeah, and
somebody drove by this, just drove by on their way to work, and their app turned yellow
because they were close. Yeah.
Yeah. But look at this, guys. Can you pause on the actual undulating crowd? That's for the COVID test because, presumed, there's been a case in the area, so they want to shut it all down, make sure everyone's tested, make sure everything's fine.
Yeah.
How do you think, just real quick, I want to ask the Xi Jinping administration, because they love the zero COVID shit so much.
Sure.
How do you think COVID is spread? How do you think it's spread?
Yeah.
Do you think it might perhaps be when it's giant undulating crowds where people can barely even move?
Where people are basically just rubbing up against each other, spitting in each other's ears. I don't know what's going on there.
How do you think this spreads?
Yeah, they're intermingling their sweat glands. I don't know what's going on there, but it's bad.
I'd also like to pose another thing.
Yeah.
All these people, I've seen very high-profile people in tankies in China and, male, female, everyone. Go out there and congratulate China for doing such a good job with zero COVID policy. Guys, this is what it looks like. Please take this clip right here, clip this out of our video right now, commentate on this. I really would love to see your take.
Yes.
The people that are going around, the foreigners and the people going for the Chinese government, like, they're doing a great job with the zero COVID thing. Take this clip out. Tell me how this is a good job. Tell me.
Yeah.
I'd love to know. Please.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. You have to understand that the scale under which this is all happening is insane. Never before seen. Okay, imagine you have a factory, right? You got factory dormitories.
Yeah.
Before you're allowed to enter the factory, you have to have been tested and you have to have your green code. You have to do this. Do you understand the amount of testing that's going on is insane?
Yeah.
Okay. Not only is it a massive inconvenience and there are choke points everywhere. So like people can't just go to work anymore. Now they're going to be stuck for like an hour, hour and a half in a line to get their test before they can go to work and stuff. But the amount of waste. Every single test requires the swabs, requires the little plastic test tube, requires to tear open that plastic thing.
A plastic
millions,
lid.
yeah, millions and millions and millions and millions of plastic waste crap. Yeah, exactly. But think about it, every day.
I know, it's insane.
Every
Why
day.
is no one talking about the waste? The sheer oceanic waste.
Where is it all going?
Where does it go?
Yeah.
I want to know where these swabs go because there's millions every minute.
Every minute there are millions of these things in China right now. Anyone who's in China right now knows that you're having your nucleic acid test every 24 hours or every 48 hours or whatever.
But China's the future for green technology.
They're the future for destroying the planet. All of this waste is going to end up in the oceans, or it's going to end up somewhere bad. It's not going to be disposed of correctly.
Seriously. Seriously.
So if you can see that crowd down there, each one of them is going to now generate like a handful of plastic waste. Each person, right? Multiple times a week.
You know what else they're going to generate?
What?
COVID.
Yes.
Because they're all freaking crowding, and it's not their fault. They're forced to do this.
It's dumb. It's a stupid policy. I just hope people can see that there's more to this than like, oh, they really care about everyone. They want to make sure everyone's safe.
Do they? It's quotas. It's government quotas from the top that are so out of touch with reality. They have no idea how daily people are living.
Yeah.
Nobody in the top leadership sees this. They don't. No one in their cabinet allows them to see this. So they don't understand what a disaster it is.
It is. It's a disaster to everyone's livelihood. It's destroyed entire industries. It's destroyed people's lives.
It's destroyed the future of China.
Yeah.
China could have kept going.
One thing it has done is given the government a lot of control over the people.
Which is what they do.
Yeah. You know, because imagine you have no choice. You have no choice.
You go to jail.
I'm so sick and tired of these people always sending me messages. Oh, I just got a job in Beijing or Shanghai. Should I give me some advice on how to go there? Here's the advice.
What are you doing?
Don't
go to China.
Not now.
Very simple.
Unless you want to just be arbitrarily incarcerated because somebody happened to have a cold somewhere nearby.
Right.
You know. Anyway, it's just absurd. It's absurd. Yeah, this is from what the university used to teach.
Yeah, so this is crazy. I put this. They actually locked down some trains. These are students.
Yeah.
They locked down trains at this university, like going into, the kids are coming back to school.
Yeah.
And this is at the university I taught at in Inner Mongolia. So when I was teaching here, what would happen is I'd say 90% of the students weren't from Baotou, not from the city, right?
Yeah.
They're from other parts of Inner Mongolia, and they were really poor usually. They would get grants from their local village because they did well in the Gaokao exam.
Sure.
And then they would get like either free or reduced tuition to this school. So it was kind of like crazy to see my like kind of middle of nowhere university crop up on the Chinese internet because they've locked these students into the trains and they won't let them out because of a COVID case.
Right.
So these boxes You know, with like barely any ventilation. They make them wear these suits as well, these hazmat suits. Crazy.
It's not getting any better, guys. You know, what we're hearing from people all over China right now, like what's happening in Wuhan again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They locked down a good chunk of the city now.
Remember the pool party place?
Yeah, we had some journalists reach out to us today. They're like, hey, can we talk to your contacts in China? Because we heard that Wuhan's in lockdown again. Remember when they had the pool party and they're like, we beat COVID, the rest of the world's dying, and they were making fun of millions of Americans dying. Yeah. They're like laughing in Chinese media. Yeah. And they're like, look, we have a pool party. Well,
it's back again.
Let's look at karma come right back around. While me and you were sending supplies to China in the initial outbreak, we were taking our money and your guys' money that you donated, thank you for that, sending it to hospitals and people we trusted in China
to buy masks and
PPE. The Chinese government was teaching their people to laugh at Americans dying on respirators.
Yes.
While we did charity.
Yeah.
And now I think that karma's come right back around, and there's lockdowns back in Wuhan. And unfortunately, that karma is misplaced because it's hurting the people again. Just like China always does, the government's hurting the people, not themselves.
There's a couple of other places that people have reached out to me that are under heavy lockdown, like Shilin. And there are places where you don't hear about it. You keep seeing drips and drabs, but the problem is, again, it's there's fatigue. People don't want to hear about COVID. So you see more pictures of people being rounded up and put in like containers and stuff, and you're like,
I already saw that.
You're like, oh, that's something I already saw. No, you didn't already see that. That's new stuff that's happening. This is still continuing, and it's actually just getting worse.
Yes,
it is actually just getting worse, and people living in China are living in some kind of delusion. A lot of the people that, you know, the foreigners that I'm in contact with, because when their area is not affected, they think it's fine. They don't realize just 100 kilometers out, there's a whole city that's locked down.
They don't
even in their own city, there are areas that are very like seriously locked down.
They'll be like, look at my neighborhood, it's fine.
Yeah.
And you're like, bro, like 2 kilometers away.
Yeah.
They're full lockdown.
But then when they get locked down, then they're like, oh, this sucks. So it's like, oh, well, yeah, but, you know, it's normally okay. Anyway.
It's all that copium.
It's all the copium. It's terrible. We just have to keep bringing this up, unfortunately. Here we've got a woman who, if you take a look over there, actually escaped.
Yeah, I want people to pay attention to those buildings. Those are little capsules, and that was something that was used in the beginning by a lot of media to be like, look at how bad these lockdowns and stuff are in China. Those are ubiquitous now. Yeah. There was kind of a shocking image, just like these people reaching their hand out for their bowl of rice or whatever, or to get their COVID test. Not I keep saying it in my head in Chinese.
Yeah.
When they're at they would put out their arms or put out their head to get their temperature checked or whatever. And these capsules were iconic. It was like, this is the symbol of Chinese oppression. Right? Yeah. Now they're all over the country, and they build them in these kind of empty lots.
Sure.
These dirt lots where
they call them like quarantine facilities.
Quarantine facilities, yeah.
That's where you get shipped off to when the bus comes and picks up everyone.
This is what they look like. They're like trailer capsules.
Yeah.
And so basically, just as, I don't know, someone captured this. It's a rare sight to see someone actually be able to like upload some photos, but this woman broke out of one.
Yeah, but she was chased down by the dabai, and he's
got a big pole.
Pinned her down with a big pole, And more testing down there. Yep. You know, it is what it is. It's disgusting. It's terrible. And this is just peak China, isn't it? Okay.
Just peak, really.
Peak. So here's another translation. This also from the Great Translation Movement?
I don't think so.
Okay. So we have an official notice from the whatever police. Is that
Fuzhou,
in Fuzhou? And okay, so the one on the rest says.
It's too small.
Okay, the one on the left, it says, man arrested on 25/10.
A couple days ago.
Yeah, for spreading false information about coming lockdown of Fuzhou. Okay. So he basically went out and he told people, hey guys, there's going to be a lockdown. Get prepared. Go get your vegetables or whatever you need. Yeah. And then, what was it, on the same day?
So there's the false information he was arrested for, because what the official response was, there is no lockdown coming.
So he was arrested by saying there's a lockdown coming. And the next day, the same in the news, it's like, Fuzhou will stop all gathering, public facilities are closed.
There's a lockdown.
Because it's a lockdown. Yeah. So it's peak China. You arrest somebody for spreading the truth.
先做核酸间隔1米才能保证大家平安。昨天不是做了，今天干嘛还要做啊？因为这次疫情隐匿性更强，要反复做啊。我都没有收到要去测3的通知啊。那你平时手机打开都在看什么东西啊？今天不做就是红啊，再不做就是红嘛。那个村口的喇叭都在播是不是耳聋啊？嘿，不要再对别人不了席啊，不要成为人群中的绊脚石啊。注意，继续，大家一定要有数据啊，这样才能携手一起把疫情给赶出去啊。